Hello, I'm Rick Torbett, and welcome to Better Basketball's Better Post Play with Jermaine O'Neal and Tamika Catchings. There are 3 sections in the video. The first section contains Better Post Play, 10 chapters that will develop your post game step by step. But your training doesn't end there. In the last 2 sections, Tamika Catchings and Jermaine O'Neal will describe and demonstrate what it takes to dominate the inside position at the highest levels. But even that's not all. You're going to hear how Jermaine and Tamika got to where they are today, how they stay at the top of their game, and why I think they're so valuable to their teams. Use the video like an expert personal trainer who's right there with you to explain the details and hardcore techniques. Now, the first step to becoming a better player is to see it. Learn not only how to do the right move, but why. The second step is to repeat it. Repeat that move perfectly until you can do it at game speed without thinking. Confidence comes from successful repetition. The third step is to stay motivated until you reach your goal. Here's where getting inside the head and hearts of Tamika and Jermaine will inspire you to stay focused. How you play in the post begins with what you believe about the post. Chapter 1, entitled Post Philosophy, contains thoughts and principles to develop the attitude of a winning post player. The remaining chapters in this video are arranged in the same order that I develop post players, starting with a foundation, then how to get open, and finally adding moves and counter moves. Chapter 2 on fundamentals is the single most important chapter, regardless of the level of your talent. The success of the moves in the chapters that follow are going to depend on your stance, footwork, handwork, balance, and base. These fundamentals must become a habit before you move on. What good are your moves if you can't get the ball? Chapters 3 and 4 will teach you principles and techniques for getting open against zones and man-to-man defenses. Now you're fundamentally sound and you know how to get open. But the defense can play you a number of ways. How you attack, counter, and win in the post is not only determined by your size and skills, but also how the defense plays you and where you get the ball. Chapters 5 through 9 form a teaching progression based on these factors. Chapter 5 requires no moves with the ball. Scoring before you get the ball means learning how to position yourself in such a way that you simply catch the ball in the lane and score. Chapter 6 shows you how to gain an advantage while the pass is in the air. You'll position yourself to catch with at least 1 foot in the lane. You might make some moves with the ball, but none that require dribble. In Chapter 7, you've caught the ball outside the lane with your back to the basket. 3 different sets of moves with the ball are taught: the front pivot, the step pound hop, and the step pound pivot. Again, you're in the post with your feet outside the lane. The pro stance in Chapter 8 offers you a way to face the basket while watching for open teammates and help defenders. The defense might try to force you to the high post or the short corner, but in Chapter 9, you'll find that these positions offer unique ways to score. Chapter 10 is a summary of all the moves in the video, one after the other, move and counter move, in the order in which they were taught. And now, without wasting any dribbles, let's get started with Better Basketball's Better Post Play. Keep it simple is a great philosophy in the post game. This video is going to provide you with a variety of ways to play in the post, but your job is to find what suits you and your team. Develop a go-to move, a move that can be executed quickly and confidently, and then a few counter moves. Everyone should learn the post game. If you're a guard, consider who's defending you. It's usually another guard without the experience of defending in the post. If you're that mid-sized player who can play both inside and out, then you can take the smaller, quicker defenders who give you a hard time on the perimeter into the post where you have the advantage. If you never play in the post, you can still benefit by learning how and when to get the ball inside. You don't have to score to be successful in the post. Just being a threat to score inside is enough to draw defensive help and open up the perimeter game or loosen up the defense on your teammates. A good post player forces opponents to adjust and change their defensive strategy. If your teammates throw the ball to you in the post and you turn it over or put up some kind of brick, they might not feed you again. But if something good happens every time you touch the ball in the post, the ball will continue to be thrown inside to you. You need to understand your team's system of play and what your coach is trying to accomplish. Scoring may be a second option for you in the post. You may be getting the ball inside in order to pass to 4 other cutters first, and your option to score is last. On the other hand, the entire offense might be built for you to catch and score. Know what's expected of you. If you don't know, ask.